Imagine a murderer who never lifts a weapon, never leaves behind a blood-stained crime scene, and whose victims may not even realize they're dying until it's too late. The poisoner operates in the shadows, methodical, cunning, and patient. Unlike the typical killer driven by impulse or rage, poisoners rely on deception, careful planning, and a disturbing level of emotional detachment. For centuries, poison has been the weapon of choice for those looking to dispose of inconvenient spouses, rivals, or even unsuspecting strangers. Historically, many have associated poison with women, thanks in part to infamous cases like those of Mary Ann Cotton and Belle Gunness. But in reality, men are overwhelmingly the most common perpetrators, especially when their victims are female. Poisoners often belong to professions that grant them access to both toxic substances and vulnerable victims: doctors, nurses, caregivers, and even family members entrusted with a loved one's well-being. What sets a poisoner apart from other killers isn't just their method, it's their psychology. These individuals are not only calculating, but also manipulative, emotionally immature, and often narcissistic. They view others as obstacles, not people, and see murder as a means to an end. Whether motivated by greed, jealousy, revenge, or even the thrill of outwitting authorities, they meticulously plot their crimes, often enjoying the role of a concerned friend or caregiver, while secretly orchestrating a slow and painful demise. Perhaps the most chilling aspect of a poisoner is their ability to hide in plain sight. Many are never caught, and those who are often leave behind a trail of victims before their crimes are uncovered. With so many cases remaining unsolved, the true number of poisoners walking among us is likely far greater than we'll ever know. And with that, let's dive into 3 cases in recent news involving poison as the weapon of choice for these murders. In the quiet town of Minot, North Dakota, 51-year-old Stephen Riley Jr. believed he was on the brink of a life-changing fortune. Convinced he was about to inherit $30 million, Riley shared this news with his partner, 48-year-old Ina Thea Kenoyer. However, this anticipated windfall was nothing more than an elaborate scam. On September 3, 2023, Kenoyer prepared sweet tea for Riley, lacing it with antifreeze. Shortly after consuming the beverage, Riley fell gravely ill. Despite his friends' pleas to seek medical attention, Kenoyer insisted he remain at home. 2 days later, on September 5th, Riley lost consciousness and was rushed to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. An autopsy revealed the cause: ethylene glycol poisoning, a toxic component of antifreeze. Authorities arrested Kenoyer in October 2023. Under interrogation, she confessed, revealing her belief that as Riley's common-law wife, a status not recognized in North Dakota, she would share in the fictitious inheritance. In May 2024, Kenoyer pleaded guilty to murder. The court sentenced her to 50 years in prison, with 25 years suspended, and ordered her to pay restitution to Riley's family. In Rochester, Minnesota, the medical community was stunned by the sudden death of 32-year-old pharmacist Bette Bowman in August 2023. Her husband, 30-year-old Connor Bowman, a former Mayo Clinic resident with expertise in poison research, claimed she had a rare illness and attempted to expedite her cremation, citing her supposed wishes. Suspicious of the circumstances, the medical examiner halted the cremation and conducted an autopsy. The findings were chilling. Bette had died from toxic levels of colchicine, a medication primarily used to treat gout. Investigations revealed that Connor had ordered the colchicine online shortly before Bette's death. Further scrutiny uncovered that he had identified himself as a widower on a dating app even before her passing. Connor Bowman was arrested and charged with second-degree murder in October 2023. As the case progressed, the charges were elevated to first-degree premeditated murder, carrying the possibility of a life sentence without parole. In the suburban tranquility of Aurora, Colorado, 43-year-old Angela Craig was a devoted mother to 6 children and the wife of local dentist James Craig. In early 2023, Angela began experiencing unexplained bouts of illness. She suffered from dizziness, headaches, and nausea, symptoms that puzzled both her and her doctors. Unbeknownst to her, these ailments were not due to any natural cause, but were the result of a sinister plot orchestrated by the person she trusted most. James Craig, 45, was not only Angela's husband, but also a practicing dentist. Behind the facade of a caring spouse, he harbored a dark secret. James was entangled in an extramarital affair and saw his wife as an obstacle to his desires. To remove this obstacle, he devised a calculated plan to end Angela's life. According to investigators, James allegedly laced Angela's pre-workout protein shakes with arsenic and cyanide. He had ordered these lethal substances online, using his professional credentials to facilitate the purchases. On multiple occasions, after consuming the shakes prepared by her husband, Angela's condition worsened, leading to several hospital visits. Despite medical interventions, her health continued to decline. On March 18, 2023, Angela was admitted to the hospital for the 3rd time. This visit would be her last. She succumbed to the effects of the poisoning, leaving behind her children and a community in shock. The investigation into Angela's death revealed a trail of evidence pointing directly to James. Authorities discovered that he had conducted online searches about undetectable poisons and had made suspicious purchases in the weeks leading up to Angela's death. Further scrutiny uncovered his extramarital affair, providing a possible motive for the heinous act. James Craig was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. As the legal proceedings unfolded, more disturbing details emerged. While in custody, James allegedly attempted to solicit the murder of a detective involved in his case. He purportedly sought the assistance of a fellow inmate to eliminate the investigator, hoping to derail the case against him. This led to additional charges of solicitation to commit first-degree murder and perjury. These cases are reminders of how darkness can lurk behind familiar faces. Love and trust, when twisted by greed, jealousy, or deceit, can lead people to commit horrific acts. As we reflect on these tragedies, let us remain vigilant, cherishing our loved ones while acknowledging the complex depths of the human psyche. If you enjoyed this deep dive into these cases, then please like and subscribe to my channel, The Midnight Files. I have plenty more tales of mystery and intrigue for you to explore. Until next time, please stay safe out there and, as always, stay curious.